morning and welcome to today's class. Today we have to take a new chapter, of course. It is kinetic theory of gases. And today we take lecture 1. Okay. So far we have already studied the details about the thermodynamic system, thermodynamic processes and laws of thermodynamics. In general, we have discussed thermal properties of matter as well as thermodynamics, where we have seen different types of heat engine, different types of processes, and also different formula that we have discussed here. Now, in the present chapter, we have to discuss that how kinetic they are in the case of gases. That what type of motion we have to actually assign to the molecules of a gas. Okay. In this regard, we have to take kinetic theory of gases, and there are postulates of kinetic theory of gases. But before we discuss kinetic theory of gases or the postulates of kinetic theory of gases, let me discuss the very fundamental laws which you have already studied in chemistry or fundamental physics, and which include some gas laws. Okay, and first of that such law is Boyle's law. What is Boyle's law? That is, if the temperature of a gas is constant, that in isothermal case, if the temperature of a gas is constant, then with the variation of pressure, there is a variation in volume. जैसे जैसे प्रेशर चेंज करते हैं तो वॉल्यूम भी चेंज होता है. This is the general observation. But when we observe it minutely, it is observed that greater the volume, lesser will be the corresponding pressure. Or if we increase the pressure, the volume is decreased. In other words, if we decrease the pressure, volume is increased. That means pressure is inversely proportional to volume. That is, at constant temperature, at constant temperature, the volume is inversely proportional to inversely proportional to the pressure. That means V is inversely proportional to P, or V into P, sorry, it is capital P, V into P is constant. In general, we have P1 V1 equal to P2 V2. And this is what we have, the Boyle's law. This is the general postulates of general definition of Boyle's law. Okay. And after knowing this, this is a very fundamental law, naturally, by means of which other formulation can be done. If we take part any other thing, there we always take, okay, that we call Boyle's law. Now, after knowing Boyle's law, we must know what is Charles' law. Always remember, in Boyle's law, the temperature remains constant. It is a very vital thing that if there is a variation in temperature, then there is no question of having any type of relationship between P and V. But that will be a jumbled situation. Boyle's law will not be valid. Now, in case of Boyle's law, if we draw a graph between P and V, that will be a rectangular hyperbola. Sorry, this is P and this is V. We can have such type of variation. As the P decreases, the volume increases. Okay, this is a rectangular hyperbola, and if we draw a graph between P and 1 by V, P and 1 by V, then we definitely have a straight line, which can give the idea that yes, P is directly proportional to V, and P is directly proportional to V, P is directly proportional to 1 by V, because it is inversely proportional to V, and that is why we can say P is directly proportional to 1 by V. Okay, this is a graph between P and 1 by V, and this is a graph between P and V. This is what we have Boyle's law. This is Boyle's law plot, and this we call as isothermal graph. Isothermal curve. Okay, and also it is a Boyle's law graph between P and V. Let us move to other law. What is the other law? Next is your Charles law. Charles law, whatever you call, but it is the second law of ideal gas, okay, or second law of gases. Although we will just define this that all the gases are commonly called as ideal gas initially, but now after certain specification, it was found that all gases are not totally ideal, but they are just real gases, and idealism is taken as a specific condition, and which can make a gas a particularly a gas as ideal gas. I will discuss ideal gas later once we discuss all the three laws. Okay, this is our second law is your Charles law. What is Charles law states? Here at constant pressure, the volume of a gas is directly proportional to its absolute temperature. At constant pressure, the volume of gas is directly proportional to directly proportional to directly proportional to the absolute temperature. Okay, this is what we call the second law, that is Charles law. The heading of law is your Charles law, and it states that at constant pressure the volume of a gas is directly proportional to the absolute temperature, not to its absolute temperature, to its absolute temperature. That is absolute temperature of absolute, it is absolute temperature. Absolute temperature directly means that we take the temperature in absolute scale or Kelvin scale. That means V is directly proportional to T, or V upon T is constant. In general, we can have V1 upon T1 equals to V2 upon T2. This is what we call Charles law. Okay, and there is nowhere where any graph is plotted like this, and even if any graph is plotted between V and T at constant temperature, at constant pressure, we can have a straight line. Okay, if we have to plot a graph between V and T, it must be like this. V and T, it must be straight line like this, because they are directly proportional to each other. Okay, well, after knowing these two laws, There is another law where we have pressure and temperature relation. This we call Gay-Lussac's law. The third law is your Gay-Lussac's law. Gay-Lussac's law. ओके, तो Gay-Lussac's law में क्या होता है? यहाँ पर भाई देखो, आपको मेन तीन थर्मोडायनामिक सिस्टम होता है. थ्री थर्मोडायनामिक सिस्टम्स आर बेसिकली दे आर टेम्परेचर, प्रेशर एंड वॉल्यूम. अगर टेम्परेचर कांस्टेंट है, प्रेशर वेरी करे वॉल्यूम के साथ, इट इज बॉयल्स लॉ. If pressure is constant, then volume varies with temperature. It is Charles law. Here it is the pressure which is here. This is the volume which is constant, which is made constant. So the pressure varies with temperature. At constant volume, the pressure of a gas is directly proportional to its absolute temperature. Absolute temperature. That means here what we have, that is P1 upon T1 is definitely a constant. So P upon T is constant. Although I must tell you that Boyle's law and Charles' law are more important than this Gay-Lussac's law. This was discovered much later than those two fundamental laws, and therefore you have to you have to know those laws better. That is Boyle's law and Charles' law. This Gay-Lussac's law can also be discussed whenever it is asked. Okay, otherwise it is not very important one. Okay, after this, what we discuss, the ideal gas equation. Ideal gas equation. And for that, we must know what is ideal gas. Ideal gas or perfect gas. It is called perfect gas also. Ideal gas or perfect gas. As the name implies, ideal means you must always know the ideal is a very hypothetical word, or nothing is or no one is totally or absolutely ideal. किसी को भी आइडियल हम डायरेक्ट नहीं कह सकते कि ये मेरा आइडियल है, ये बिल्कुल 100% बिल्कुल कानूनी होगा हर चीज. एवरीथिंग इज टोटली अकॉर्डिंग टू द रूल, because this is a very ideal situation. Most of the gases are actually real gases, but ideal gases are definitely a physical quantity, very theoretical in nature, and we have to define what is ideal gas. Any gas which obeys all the fundamental laws, gas laws. An ideal gas can follow all the fundamental gas laws. All the three fundamental gas laws we have just discussed. Any gas which follows all the three laws are called ideal gas, number one. Number two, a molecule of an ideal gas is Remember, the molecule of an ideal gas is infinitesimally, infinitesimally, infinitesimally small. That is very very small in size, very small in size. Number three, the intermolecular force of attraction between the molecules is absent. That means there is no intermolecular force of attraction. The intermolecular force of attraction between the molecules is absent. That means there is no intermolecular force of attraction between the molecules. If any gas which follows all the three laws, all the 3 points, number one, that it can follow all the fundamentals laws of gases. Number two, the size of molecules are infinitesimally small. Molecule of an ideal gas is infinitesimally small in size. Number three, there is no intermolecular force of attraction. Okay, these are the few points which are very very relevant for an ideal gas. Okay, after knowing this, we must know what is an ideal gas equation. Its derivation is very very important. Therefore, next we will discuss the ideal gas equation. Okay. Ideal gas equation. Okay. Next is ideal gas equation. For that, what we consider? Let there be a vessel of volume V1. Okay. Let a gas. Let us take. Let us take a gas of volume V1 at a constant temperature T1. Let us take a gas of volume V1 at constant temperature T1. At this temperature, the pressure is P1. Okay. If the temperature remains constant, if the temperature remains constant, at T1, then on changing the pressure from P1 to P2, the volume changes V1 to V dash, not V2 but rather V dash. Here are the initial statement. Let us take a gas of volume V1 at constant temperature T1. At this temperature, the pressure is P1. If the temperature remains constant and at T1, then on changing the pressure from P1 to P2, the volume changes from V1 to V dash. Then from Boyle's law, now I just remove this. From Boyle's law, P1 V1 equal to P2 V dash. V dash equal to P1 V1 upon P2. This is your equation number 1. This is your equation number 1. The first step is done by using the Boyle's law, by keeping the temperature constant. Now we change. Now the gas is maintained at constant temperature, constant pressure, P2, and temperature is changed from T1 to T2. Then volume will change from V dash to V2. Remember, I am not taking a new step, but rather I am just continuing the process. Initially क्या था, temperature constant रखा था, प्रेशर को चेंज किया P1 से P2, तो वॉल्यूम चेंज हो गया, V1 से V dash हो गया. Now pressure is kept constant as P2 and temperature is changed. तो naturally आप फिर से वॉल्यूम चेंज होगा तो V dash से V2 हो जाता है. Then from Charles law, V dash upon T1 equal to V2 upon T2. Or V dash equal to V2 T1 upon T2. This is your equation number 2. That is V dash equal to V2 T1 upon T2. Now we have two equations. Rest of the thing I am just removing. This is equation number 1, and I am rewriting equation number 2. V dash equals to V2 T1 upon T2, equation number 2. Okay. Now from 1 and 2 what we have? From 1 and 2 what we have? From 1 and 2 we have P1 V1 upon P2 equal to V2 T1 upon T2. Okay. If we take all the one together and the two together, we get P1 V1 upon T1, P2 V2 upon T2. Okay, and this means this is your in fact ideal gas equation, or in general what we call, suppose I am just again removing this portion, the repeated portion, and we can write PV upon T is constant. Okay, and PV upon T is constant, and this we call PV upon T equal to R for 1 mole of an ideal gas. Therefore, we write PV equal to RT as the ideal gas equation. Ideal gas equation for 1 mole. For 1 mole of, for 1 mole is the ideal gas equation for 1 mole. Clear? Now similarly, if the number of moles is more, suppose n mole होता है कहीं पर और mu mole है, therefore we have PV equal to nRT, where n is the number of moles. यानी कि कोई भी एक गैस है, आइडियल गैस है, सपोज कर लिए जैसे ऑक्सीजन है, तो ऑक्सीजन का कितना मॉलिक्यूलर वेट है 32, तो 32 ग्राम किसी वेसल में है, तो पीवी इक्वल टू आर टी। अगर मैं ऑक्सीजन को क्या मान के चलता हूँ कि इट इज एन आइडियल गैस, देन वी हैव पीवी इक्वल टू आर टी। But on the other hand, if we have suppose 64 gram of oxygen in that same system, same vessel, then we have 2 mole. Then number of mole is 2. N is 2. उसके लिए equation क्या होगा? This is your ideal gas equation. Okay, and in that way we have determined this ideal gas equation and so on. And in the next lecture, we will definitely discuss the other features, that is the postulates of kinetic theory of gases. At the same time, we will discuss other thing like that is yes, root mean square velocity, pressure in gas, pressure of a gas in a vessel, like this. With that, we have completed today. Thank you.